All right, now we're...
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday, and welcome to this special edition of the Racing Insiders podcast. Actually, our normal day is Monday, but we got lucky today is Memorial Day, and I know we took the day off mostly and spending some time with some friends and doing some barbecuing. And anyway, I'll introduce myself. I'm Kate from Crate Insider, here today with Steve Hendren from Hendren Racing Engines.
Yep.
And we have a special guest.
Yep. My friend Eric Darling. He is a Marine Scout sniper, and he was on here last year, and we brought him back because he's got some damn good stories and some interesting stuff to talk about today.
Yes.
And you know, I mean, it's all about Memorial Day, so thanks to everybody who sacrificed everything for our country. And we're not going to get into that, but we're going to talk about maybe a couple funny stories about your service. So.
Yeah, and just like usual, if you guys have questions, racing questions, feel free to drop them in the comments,
of course.
And we are happy to answer those questions here on the show.
And I did bring crayons for Eric.
Yes.
For his service.
And my crankiness.
And his crankiness. He can get cranky sometimes.
Those Marines. And, you know, and go ahead and say hey and tell us where you're watching from. I see Brian's here saying howdy right there. Yep. So thanks for being on the show. And again, any questions you guys have, drop them in. We are happy to answer them. So, Steve, tell us, how's your week been this week?
Well, I mean, it was good because I actually, you know, we had a 3-day weekend, which is the first little bit of time that me and my brother and my son have gotten off since basically like Christmas. So I think we all took full advantage of that.
Good. I'm just noticing this shot where you can see all of the beer cans that are everywhere.
Yeah, we're kind of
It happens. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Yeah. Well, you know, we're enjoying a Monday.
Exactly.
We're enjoying a Monday.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's good that you guys had a 3-day weekend. No racing this weekend?
Not for us, no. I
Yeah.
mean, we had plenty of customers racing this weekend. I've had, you know, several wins this weekend, you know, fortunately for us. I mean, through our guys we deal with. And but we did not race personally, no. Everybody actually was like, oh my God, we get a 3-day weekend? Wow, we're taking the time off. So
yeah. And what have you done with that time off?
Kind of just went somewhere other than here.
Yeah.
So chilled out.
It's good.
Yep.
Good. Well, I know I'll be rip-roaring and ready to go for tomorrow and get things going for the week. So.
And darling, what'd you do?
Worked.
You worked.
Ubered.
All right.
Ubered.
You Ubered. Yep. So Eric, he does Ubering on the weekends and some weekdays, right?
Yeah.
Like right up in Asheville, North Carolina.
Monday, most of the time.
Yep.
Special day, so I'm not today. I'm really lazy.
Yeah. Well, it is a special day.
Mm-hmm.
So
special day.
No one could pay me enough to work on Memorial Day. I'll put it that way.
Everybody has a number, Steve.
I don't have a number.
Really
I don't have a number for Memorial Day. So Memorial Day is the one time that I am done. So I am not working on Memorial Day no matter what, ever. And that just will never happen.
So tell me, why is Memorial Day so special to you?
Because of all the people who have died defending this country and, you know, giving me what I have today, which is a cigarette and a freaking Bud Light. And you know what? There's a lot of people that don't get to have that right now. So,
Very true. Very true. All right. So we've got some questions here. I see Tori is here. Amazing, incredible, awesome assistant Tori.
Evil assistant Tori is here.
And she says the crayons.
You remember it from last time.
Yes.
There's purple. Just
I checked.
There is purple. We might actually be able to get to see him eat a purple one. No. That's like.
And I got another. This is one you're going to appreciate. So Kevin says, "Man, I thought that was Seth Rogen when I first tuned in."
Thank you.
You're looking like Seth Rogen.
Check
today.
how sexy you look today.
Yeah, that's making me feel real good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we're here to do. All right, we got a question for you, Steve.
All right.
So Jeffrey's here. He says, got an older 604 with the GM Performance heads, has Beehive springs, going to get it rebuilt. Would it be worth it to buy the new style heads?
Depends on the year of the heads, honestly. So if it's anything after about 2008, no, it's basically the same identical thing as what you'd buy with, the GM logo on, or the bow tie on them. So, I mean, yeah, not necessarily. I mean, if it's anything before that, if you know the year of the engine, they can tell me, then I can give you a little bit better advice.
Good to know. That's a really good question. Yeah. That's a really good question.
I mean, still to this day, the engine that holds the record 604, the most power on my dyno, has the GM Performance head.
Is that the older style?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, older style now is what we're
the non-bow tie.
The non-bow tie.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, and keep those questions coming, you guys. If you've got them, then feel free to drop them in.
Right.
Back to our special guest. Mm-hmm. He was also featured in a documentary.
Correct.
So I'd like to hear a little bit more about that. Let's share some of that information with the audience.
Let's talk about that. All right. So your documentary, the name of it was
Unknown Distance.
Unknown Distance.
It's about
it was about a sergeant you work with in the Marine Corps, right?
Yeah.
And I will let you take over.
It's a documentary about coming home. It's on iTunes. It's just about coming home and what it's like.
Yep.
It was directed by Mr. Gordon Clark.
And it has to do with like the PTSD that you all went through and stuff like that, right?
Processing it and coming back and reintegrating into society.
Yeah.
Trying to assimilate back into it.
Right. Which is like, it's not like coming home from a race. Obviously, you don't come home from a race and have PTSD. You come home from a war and have PTSD. So when you're going through that and you're dealing with a lot had to do with the documentary was like dealing with the government as far as that goes.
The bureaucracy of it.
The bureaucracy of it. So it's not an easy thing to deal with, right?
Not at all. Well, in my instance, it's more dealing with the VA than anything.
Right.
How there has to be more than one channel. I mean, yeah, it's just frustrating emotionally.
Right.
I don't know what one's supposed to do.
Well, no, but you've surpassed that now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking 3-4 years out from the documentary now, or roughly?
I think 2019.
Yeah,
I think it's when it got released.
So 3 years roughly out from
It was filmed over a couple of years, over a couple of locations, and a lot of different interviews from everybody that interacted with Doug or experienced it with him.
And you two served together directly, right?
He was my platoon sergeant.
Yep, exactly. So, that was I watched the documentary. I thought it was amazing. It left me wanting to know more. So I do wish that the documentary would we talked about that before the show, that I do wish it would delve into, what you guys are doing in 2022 now, because I think you're maybe in a better spot, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
always improving.
Correct. And
always
that's the name of the game, and that's keep going forward and all that stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. Well, I will come back into the shot here.
Right.
And
we're trying to get the dick microphone.
It is not. Golly gee.
To where everybody can talk in it. We need a boom mic.
Well, I do have a stand. I can make that happen.
Right.
But yeah. Yeah. I guess I could bring another piece of equipment out.
So at any rate, if it again, Unknown Distance.
Yeah.
You said it's on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
I personally watched it on YouTube.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Because you can purchase it on YouTube, or was it Amazon Prime?
I could then. I don't know if you can now.
I know it's unknowndistancethefilm.com, and they'll be able to find it there.
Oh, okay. I'll look that up.
I personally watched it on YouTube, and I think it was $3.99 to watch it when I watched it. So I would recommend that to everybody. Especially if you have anything, if you're patriotic at all, and have any kind of, willingness to understand what people have gone through in their lives other than yourself, who must have been spoiled and were sitting around racing cars and shit. So if you want to know what this dude went through, and his friend who is actually featured in the documentary, then I would suggest watching that.
Well, I've dropped the link into the comments, unknowndistancethefilm.com. So you can check that out.
Absolutely.
So we got a follow-up here from
Yep.
Jeff. We were talking about the 604 with those older heads. He says that his motor's is 2013-ish motor.
Okay, then that head is just fine.
Good deal.
The only thing about 2013 motors is the intake valves. If they were of 7 of 13, you need to get those changed out because those valves break.
Oh, so interesting. All right, Dave's got a question here. He says, while going through my carb, I found that one of my jets was laying in the bowl. Is there anything else I need to check? Oh, by the way, the engine was flat until half track, and it seemed that the rear wheels were spinning.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a like jet laying in the bowl, then yeah, I mean I guarantee the rear wheels weren't spinning, so it's going to be like an issue there. But no, I mean, I would certainly be screwing the jet back in, and yeah.
Do you think it's a time to maybe go and send your carb in to your carb guy and have him go through it?
I mean, if you know anything about it, no. But if you don't, then yeah, I certainly would.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, any other questions you guys have, drop them in. Tell us what you're doing on this Memorial Day. We'd like to know. It'd be fun. Find out what everybody else is doing. We were grilling hot dogs and having a couple of beverages, which are strewn about the table. So
been doing that.
Yeah, one of these days we'll have a Bud Light sponsorship. I mean, we just have to go for it, right?
Yes, I'll have Bud Light.
You know what's hilarious? Like Darlin's over here drinking a Bud Light and spitting in an Ultra can.
I do love Copenhagen.
Copenhagen might be the other alternate for us for like a sponsorship.
Well, and Brian says he spent the day working on his race car. That's pretty typical when you got a race car.
So,
for sure.
So when I was talking to Eric earlier, by the way, I'm going to call you Eric on the show just because that's, that's how it works. But I want him to tell everybody his story. Are you up to it?
Yeah.
Like your story about how you became a scout sniper.
Yes.
Because we're talking scout sniper. All right. So he's a Marine scout sniper. And we're talking like this is basically special forces.
Well, it's an MOS inside the infantry.
It's what I'm getting at. Yeah. But essentially it's like you're at the what do you call it? The tip of the spear?
We're more of a reconnaissance element. We have the ability to engage or not. I did. I was contract reconnaissance with a bonus, which you never get in the Marine Corps. But I got NJP'd a couple of times in a SOI.
Which nobody knows what that means unless they're a Marine.
School of Infantry. After you do boot camp, you do I can't remember if it's 2 months or 3 months long. I don't remember. But you do the specialized MOS training for infantry. Well, in between, they have a couple of weeks off or a month off, and you go to what's called a guard rotation. Anywho, long story short, about 13 of us decided to go have a beer when we weren't supposed to. And we got caught. We got NJP'd and the whole non-judicial punishment, like a captain's mask.
So you were like drunk as shit and you got busted?
Yeah, but, I mean, not all of us. There's one of us. His name was Hooker. I shouldn't name names. But he was a delight, and we both got thrown into the drunk tank because I was with him. And I had his backpack on me, and I was only 20 years of age. And
because you're a Marine, is that like the brig kind of thing? Or
this wasn't even a brig. They made it for us just special. Like they cordoned off a part of the room.
Oh,
it was delightful.
I got you.
Yeah.
It was worse than the brig then.
No, yeah. I mean, at least in the brig, you don't hear everybody talking about you outside. Right. I mean, that's real uncomfortable.
Right.
I mean, I can hear you, bro. There's no wall, but I get it. Whatever. I'm stuck here. You're watching me. I get it. But that negated my contract. And then once I graduated from SOI, there was a platoon sergeant there, a platoon commander technically, even though he was enlisted. He selected me and about 4 or 5 others to go straight into Scout Snipers, where we did all that training, became a pig, all of that. Then I ended up deploying with the 1-4. We got about, 5-6 months into that. Got injured, changed my career path a little bit, had to get a couple of surgeries, and went to a line platoon.
So, they all of a sudden go, all right, here's a dude in a brig, basically, essentially the brig. I mean, or
Well,
whatever you want to call it.
mhm.
But I mean, you're in freaking, marine jail,
Quarantine.
isolation.
Oh, definitely isolation.
So how do they go about going like, hey, all of a sudden, like, dude, we think you might be able to shoot.
Well, you got to prove you're putting, I guess, in the physical aspects and the shooting aspects.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I was top 1-2% in all the academics, shooting, running, and I was 03XX because the NJP negated my military contract. So the government, the Marine Corps or command could have decided whether I went infantry, all the 5 to 8 MOSs in the infantry. That's where you get selected at in SOI.
Right.
And I got dabbled in a little bit of all of it, and I did fine. And they didn't have my mother came to see this graduation, and normally you get orders before graduation. You know where you're going, you tell your family. I was one of the 4 or 5 individuals that didn't get orders where we were going. So they made it seem like we're going straight to country. We're the ones in trouble. With problem child, we're going straight to the next.
So like you're like Iraq or something.
Yeah,
shit.
directly. I was like, oh,
Right.
great. I definitely messed this whole Marine stuff up real bad. But I ended up not happening. I got to a line platoon, did about 8 to 9 months of training before I even had to deploy.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So I can assume that you can shoot.
Halfway decent.
Halfway decent. Yeah, that's kind of what I would assume that. So being a shooter, like you're a shooter, you're an actual dude who actually does. You can shoot pretty much anything. What is your favorite rifle that you've shot ever? Not even in the Marine Corps.
Ever? It had to be Ryan's Creedmoor. That 6.5. Oh, Lord.
Oh, really?
I thought I was a fan of 308 until I shot that, how flat shooting it was. I was like, there are other calibers than my mind frame's ever allowed me to think about. I'm so focused on what the BS that I know. I didn't even try anything new.
So if you had that in Marine Corps, if you would have had that in Marine Corps, would that been like your...
It would have been a force multiplier or whatever the nomenclature is for that, because if you can extend the range of the rifle, and so the 308, 1,000 yards or whatever, how 800 or however good you are with the weapon system, that 6.5 can go a little bit further, and its ballistics coefficient is a little bit better.
Gotcha.
It's a little bit flatter shooting, but I don't write the checks for the government and decide.
No, it's you're on the ass into that whole deal, unfortunately.
Yes. I get whatever they give me, and I'm supposed to be happy about it.
Yeah.
And I was.
That's good.
Well, explain to us what a scout sniper does.
There's a technical definition, which would just be jargon to you guys. It's more along the lines of we watch, report, and observe, and send to hire. If we get the orders to engage or not, which is most of the time we don't, the way the climate was when I served, it was mostly engaging, reporting, asking what to do to the adult we knew, and reporting it up. It's just sitting in a hole for a couple of days or in a hide site.
So like a lot of Overwatch for
yes.
Other operations, maybe.
Well, as they're pulling through, you get inserted a couple of days before, and you bang out a hole. You just get a good setup, and you watch the troops come through, and you watch before, after, during. And it's just a very specialized reconnaissance element.
Yep.
And they're supposed to be able to observe and report.
That's really interesting because
small unit tactics.
So like we were conversing the other night, like just sitting there talking and stuff, and like you got to work with like SEALs and like maybe Delta stuff, or was SEAL stuff before?
We just call them ODA.
Yeah.
We don't get to know. They don't wear name tags. We don't get to know.
Yeah.
You can tell by what firearms they have, what they're carrying, and where they're at.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other contributing factors in what rank they have.
Mm-hmm.
And when someone walks in, they give you your first name. That's a real big indicator.
Right.
But yeah,
that's pretty awesome. It's like an amazing career path. I mean, to the point of where now you have PTSD. I mean, that's not necessarily the amazing part about it.
No.
But you serve the country, and I know you had really good friends that did the same thing, and probably lost some people that you were fans of or friends with and stuff like that. And I don't know. It's Memorial Day, so thank you.
And for anyone just joining us,
love you too, man.
For anyone just joining us, this is our friend Eric Darling, who was a Marine Scout sniper.
He is a
Marine Scout sniper. And we wanted to talk to him being Memorial Day.
Yep.
Talk to him a little bit about his service. Looks like we've got a couple other comments and questions here.
Okay. Yep.
So from our friends, the Silvas,
Mm-hmm.
Pam is currently sitting on the beach drinking a cocktail.
Fuck you, Pam. Because she's sitting in Hawaii. I know she is.
I know. Well, and you've been friends with
Yes.
with Pam and her husband for
I have, yes.
40 years,
Yes.
probably, yeah, or 30 years at
Good
least.
God, 40?
I don't know.
It's probably close to 40.
It's pretty close,
something
yeah.
like
It's over 30. It's more than 30, less than 40, right?
Mhm.
All right. So Jeremy says he's got a question. He says, "What makes the crates so quick compared to other late models? I compared the lap times for the past several weeks, and they can run with about anything other than true supers according to lap times." And he's talking about limited, sportsman, topless outlaws, etc.
It honestly depends on where they're at, track wise, because like I've got customers of mine in the Midwest who outrun supers with crates. So it really depends on where you're at. I mean, you're talking a crate car where I mean, if you're lacking for traction in a crate car, you need like a new chassis builder, a new shock guy. So there's that. I mean, supers, when you're having to detune supers to go race at most places nowadays, but like crates, whether it's a 604 or a 525, you're like trying to tune them up to go race with that stuff. I mean, it's just one of them things. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's no, I mean, I have seen 604s kick the living shit out of, 460-inch freaking all aluminum damn super motors. And it's, because of the racetrack.
Well, and that was going to be my question, actually. If it's a lot more track dependent,
It is
rather
track dependent, normally, yeah.
rather than necessarily horsepower dependent.
It is.
And when you've got a track that just can't support that level of speed or whatever, then that would probably make the difference. The more momentum tracks are going to really kind of favor crates. I guess some would be dry slick versus the having traction.
Correct.
Versus,
it's slick versus traction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was a good question. Great little discussion point. And we'll probably do a little shorter show today. I think we're all on holiday, so we'll just kind of shorten things up.
That's good.
Yeah, but if you guys have any questions, drop them in. We do have an exciting announcement. And I didn't even tell Steve last week because I knew he would be a premature promoter. So I just didn't even tell him. No, that is absolutely his nickname. He's a premature promoter.
Yes.
But what I have to announce for you guys is I'm going to go ahead and put the little graphic up on the screen here. Is that we are starting a new giveaway each month, and we'll have a package put together. So this month's package, we've got a Crate Insider flat air filter base with a lid, a 4-inch Walker filter, also the air cleaner studs you need from Joe's, and you'll also get a Crate Insider t-shirt and a couple of koozies. So we've got a $344 value is, I guess, what that adds up to.
Yep.
And all you need to do is just look on the description, wherever you're watching this video, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, and there's a link in the description for you to be able to click on that link, and then you'll just enter your first name, last name, and email address, and that will get you entered into the giveaway. So I'm really excited about bringing that. And, we've had, it's 2022, but we've all been challenged for a couple of years. And we really just thought that it'd be a really fun way to bring more joy just out into the world and give away some stuff.
Well, nowadays, like, nothing's for free. Like, the tire price on everything is like stupid.
Yeah.
So, for you to give something away like that value, that's like a tire and a half now.
Yeah, and a person, the person that all we're asking for is your email address. So you might get a couple of emails from us in the future, but we'd never. I don't know. I don't want to be emailing people as a as a whole nother part-time job. So
No.
if we can get one email out a week, we're doing pretty good
So
there.
I mean, how do you subscribe? How do you win?
Just go to the website, go to CrateInsider.com, and at the top there's a new tab called giveaway. You can click on that, and then you'll see the giveaway, and then there's a button where you can enter. You'll just put in your first name, last name, email address, or email address, first name, last name, whichever, right. And then click on the enter button.
So you're going to get email from you.
Yeah, from CrateInsider.
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, there's,
right.
That's transparency.
Ain't nothing free.
Well, I mean, for the price of your giving up your email address. So obviously,
maybe Darlin. Darlin might be free.
Obviously, it needs to be a valid email address. Obviously, it has to be a valid email address, because otherwise, how can you ever find out that you won? Because that's how we're going to notify you that you won.
True.
Or didn't, whichever. And so we might have something special for those folks that, because not everybody can win. One person's going to win the June giveaway. I know, and I know it's May, but it's so close. We just decided to go ahead and announce that. So we got the whole month of June here, and so jump on over to the website and click on those links and get yourself entered for our giveaway. So I think that's about all we got.
Kind of cool. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what else we got?
Let's see if we have any more comments.
We can bring all the other friends in here if we want to. Just everybody gather around and also do the closeout.
Yeah, we can totally can. I will get out of the way, and we can bring more friends in. So we have our trivia team of John and Danielle are here, and our friend Pat. But I'm gonna get out of the way and then so Keith asked I'm assuming website. So I'm gonna say CrateInsider.com. But also just look at the description.
Type it in.
Yeah. Or you can go to here. I will drop in the link right here into the comments so that y'all can see that. There we go. There's the link. There's the link right here that I'm dropping in there now. Yep. So I'm going to scoot out of the way here, and
you don't have
Daniel,
to scoot out of the way.
Come say hi.
Come on, Daniel.
Sure. Everybody gets to hi. Hi.
This is our friend Danielle 1.
Yes, I'm Danielle 1 out of 6 Danielles, I think.
Yeah. There's 6 Danielles that we all know, and she's Danielle 1.
I think they call me John's Danielle, is what I think
I call you Danielle 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So or Super Danielle.
Oh, so sweet.
Super Danielle is what I call her.
I don't know what's
which is bad. And then her boyfriend John, which get your ass over here.
Apparently, you have to go behind Darlene to get her.
Come on.
Or I can probably scoot the camera here. So
look, John.
Oh,
yep. Wait, you gotta switch the camera over to. There's John.
There we go.
And then Pat behind, right? Pat right behind.
There's Pat waving right there for the camera.
Yep, behind the scenes.
You guys can see that.
Yep.
So cool deal. Great.
So at any rate, I guess we're out of here tonight. How do I close this shit out? I have no idea.
Well, I will help with that. So.
Wait. Before we go though.
No.
I do have to present. No, he's not going to eat it. I just do have to present him with it though.
Because favorite color crayon.
He's totally going to eat it.
Don't tease him with it and then expect him not to.
I got a purple crayon.
The camera's there.
I got a purple crayon. So my good friend, Eric Darling.
Thank you, sir.
I'm presenting you with the purple crayon for you to write out something tonight.
Oh,
draw a picture.
I'm gonna jot something down.
No, that's the equivalent of the purple heart.
Yeah.
No, that's a purple crayon.
This probably eats better. How can he eat this? I don't know. Ribbons don't really materialize in the belly too much.
All right, I got a couple questions here.
Oh, come.
Dave says you have
I'll
to
take that
enter
back, by the
every
way,
month.
because I know you're not going to eat it. So.
And yes, you do have to enter every month because I want to make sure whoever enters wants the giveaway.
The actual prize.
The item. So we'll be changing that up. Brian says that he's getting spam already. I can't imagine that that's the case because we don't even have anything set up for that, to be honest with you. I have a thank you message on the website, and that's all we've got. So with that, I guess we'll close things out. Yep. And do you have any last words, Steve?
Yeah. Happy Memorial Day to everyone.
Happy Memorial Day.
Remember who made you free, please.
Absolutely. Well, with that, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Of course, you can catch us Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern on both Facebook and YouTube on the CrateInsider.com channels. And in the meantime, you can also listen to us in between that. Find us on the iTunes podcast or wherever you listen to podcasts. And we will look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for being here.